do this.
Welcome. It started with do this.
To do this. It's it's not our new series. It's our very old series. One of the oldest, probably only tied with well, I guess tier lists and podcasts. They're basically our three trifectas. And this one is the only one that the end in sight is for.
I don't know if the tier lists are a trifecta.
Well, that's how our channel started, man. We did tier lists.
Yeah, but I don't like them. I like doing them. I just don't respect them for some reason.
Yeah, because they're not a respectable piece of content.
Yeah, they are. But they're probably like the most equal thing that we do to other YouTubers.
Yeah, that's kind of it. I mean, podcasts are probably the same. Point is, this is our main creative.
I heard that.
Yeah. Thing.
You could call it the penultimate chapter, because it is. Because it's the scout secondaries. Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, the boomstick is famously frowned upon by us.
Yeah. I would say if we want to be defined by anything, it's our distaste towards the boomstick.
If I want to be defined by anything, it's my clean overclock for the boomstick.
Smooth.
Known only as Roundhouse. Yeah, I mean, this is one of my self-explanatory ones. What you...
Roundhouse.
Anyway, you can see what it does. It's just the blast wave, except it's all around you, instead of just in front of you. So that's useful if you're, an idiot who can't grapple out of sticky situations.
Roundhouse.
And you're getting surrounded by swarmers. And that's about it. But it is clean. It is clean.
Yeah.
But that's all it would be good for, though. That's the thing. And I think the boomstick needs more buffs,
I think, obviously it'll be a step up in swarmer clear or
popping power. Clearing. Yeah, I mean, shredder, swarmers, and shockers, that's what it's for, I suppose. Especially shredders, because shredders...
free card.
Yeah, and it would work for that purpose perfectly well. But, obviously, strengthen one thing, other things that strengthen it get stronger too. So if you would, like, the mod that increases the blast wave damage would also get affected. And that also is affected by the incendiary compound. As in, you do inflict fire with the blast wave. So that could be good. Especially if it's 40 damage all around you, 50% converted to fire, that could do something. So maybe it's actually overpowered. But you'd have to spec into it. It could either just... Right? I think it can. You just don't notice it because you're always shooting them as well if you're using incendiary compound. So obviously it would work in the convenience of just if you just take it and don't do anything with it, you could just kill swarmers and stuff easier. But you probably could spec into it and maybe something cool would come out of it. And an overclock that specs into the blast wave is something that we seem to agree on. And
yeah,
I think it's I'm already probably going to take one of these and run with it.
It's a part of the gun that they haven't tapped into, which I think is worthy of. And I think we both agree on that.
Yeah, because it's not an insignificant part of it. It's it's how you kill swarm. It's a good way of killing swarmers already.
Yeah.
If you can get unnecessary.
It kind of it nullifies the awkwardness of having pellets instead of an actual shot. So you're not guaranteed to do damage in that area, except because of the AOE. If they're close, you are, which is nice.
Lovely.
Yeah, we both like it. This is fine, bit cheap. But it's otherwise
bit cheap.
Well, it will be a cheap thing to use, like a bit of a crutch.
But I'm going to be honest with you. Some weapons kind of just need some good
stuff. How many overclocks? How many guns have you given overclocks that just make whatever it does in a radius around you? I swear to God, this is like the third, maybe fourth.
I think it might just be the second.
I don't know. But it's fine. harmless.
It is perfectly fine.
Clean.
I think it's got potential, but yeah, it's a clean. Right. Moving swiftly on.
Yeah.
Triple barrel.
Triple barrel. Yeah. I also noticed they didn't fuck around with mag size, which
yeah, but there's a reason for that.
I know why.
You did it,
but I
you did it twice.
I disregard their care for the 2-shot thing. This one gives you an extra barrel, although it technically doesn't because they don't like doing that. So I'm just gonna say there's like an extra shot stored in one of the other barrels that can get shot again. But basically you just get 3 shots per shot. That's it.
Make it automatic as well.
No.
Why not? Imagine if you could have it be just like. I mean, I think if you take the fire rate mod, you can basically tap like just instantly unload it anyway. So that would be pretty good. That would feel pretty good. That burst damage would be significant. If you take that rate of fire mod. So.
Which you should. Because
which you should,
yes. The other options.
It's also technically +1 ammo. I don't know. I feel this has. The thing is, the cleans, apart from double barrel, are pretty strong. Like one of them adds damage and pellets. One of them's ammo and reload speed. The other one's special powder.
Oh yeah. That's competition.
Is one magazine size competition? Maybe.
We'll find out. Add it to the game.
We'll find out. We'll find out. No, but I do think it would, like the burst damage would be. You'd see a much. This is better than something like I think it's stuffed shells, which is the one that adds pellets and damage. Well, it's not better, but you would get more like burst damage out of this if you're able to get off 3 shots in very quick succession.
You could also, not you'd find yourself. Well, you wouldn't have to reload as much. Is something. I mean, it's not the end of the world, but having 3 shots instead of 2 is an increase of 50%. So shush.
Yeah, and it's probably close to like the damage you can get out of a jumbo shells magazine. Not quite there, but close because you got 3 instead of 2, and then you don't have the sluggish reload either. Yeah, I mean, maybe it wouldn't compete, maybe it would. Like you said, we'll see.
I think it's funky that we have this. It's even a thing worth talking about. This +1 mag size is like an actual thing for the jury rig boomstick.
But it would be, wouldn't it? Because it's only got 2.
Yeah, because fuck the jury rig boomstick.
Yeah,
moving on.
That's not the part. That's not a part of it. I would be like, oh, this is why it sucks because it's a double barrel shotgun. This is what it is.
No, it's terrible.
It is terrible. Moving on. All together now. It's my balanced overclock. Oh look, it's a focus. You focus shot. So basically, you hold down the trigger, and you can ignore the description because it's just like explaining what's happening. Like the pellets essentially magnetized together. It's like one bullet, and then it's like you get weak point damage bonus as well because it's so tight, but significantly increased base spread. And
turns them into slug shots.
No, because the base. No. Yeah. But then, like, if you don't focus shot, the spread is wild. And then obviously the blast wave's worse. I think I like this negative specifically, but overall it's like, hold on, this is just the M1000 but on the boomstick. But I think there's value there. In that you could have something that feels like the M1000 in the secondary slot, so you can take something better as your primary. That's like the drag for AOE, and then
I think, this would give it a bit more range as well. If the pellets are focused, then
exactly.
I mean, where are the pellets? Will it change the?
I think it's just.
I don't know what you call it.
Just a bullet.
It's just in the middle of your screen.
Crosshairs.
Whatever's there. Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it would like. I don't know. It would like close in on itself and become a very little square. I think.
I like little squares.
Yeah. The only problem with this is it's kind of just a better version of something that it already has. But I don't care because it's better. Because the boomstick's balance, the one it has,
I agree with that.
is accuracy. It's just like tight to spread. But I think maybe there's room for both because you have to dedicate more to this one, but you get more out of it when it just comes to actual precision.
I do think there is, like, generally when things overlap and the one is better than the other, that's really bad. But if the thing overlap but one isn't inherently better, except it is, but it's more difficult to use or it's just more interesting, then I think there is something there. Like, if there's a blander, more of generalist version of like this, like what's in the game, tighter spread, then fine. And if they decided to add this, maybe a bit tinkering, but it seems fine. Probably the weak point damage might. I mean, it's only small, but still,
I mean, I don't know. I think that part should definitely stay.
You'll hit weak points more anyway with this. You don't need the focus, and I think that's what makes this significantly better than tighter spread. But I mean
that. But the thing is with that one, it's still basically just normal boomstick, just more accurate.
It turns it into like magnetic pellet alignment for the Warthog. Isn't that what that does?
Well, I kind of
and weak point bonus.
Yeah, but not a focus shot thing.
Yeah, but it is the same two effects, though, isn't it?
Yeah, but in this case, if you remove the focus shot part, then it's even more overlap. So it might even be. I almost like the idea of something that adds weak point damage, but it's like a larger spread. So you're going to be like right in the ass or in the face of something. But that might actually suit something else that we've got coming up in this.
Okay.
Still, yeah, I like you said, it probably is a place with some tinkering. I wasn't, ignoring the one that's already in the game. I just like the idea of the focus shots. It's like a bullet, just a single bullet, come out with a boomstick.
It'll make you use the jury rig boomstick differently, because as a gun, it's generally something you whip out, spray wildly, put back, right? Even with special powder, that's kind of what you do, right? You almost hit the wall, whip out boomstick. It's a gun you whip out and then put back, and this isn't that. This is something that you will then whip out and like hold down and
but then probably put back after you've shot though. You wouldn't like you wouldn't use it like twice in a row. Probably
you put all the guns back. Well, I mean, what I'm saying is that boomstick is something you literally whip out and then whip back in like almost immediately as a gun. Sometimes you might reload if you're feeling spicy and have the time, but
well, in this case, you would do it. It would be similar. You just do it after one shot. Depending on the situation, you probably want to be going for 2 focus shots in a row. You'd whip it out.
It's still more,
or you just use it from range to initiate combat.
It's not even something you want to be doing that with. You want to take your time with the shots, I imagine, more than normal.
I think it's just giving the boomstick a bit more control, a bit more precision.
I'm not attacking it. I'm giving it that it adds something to the boomstick.
Don't we all?
Yeah,
don't we all add something? I think we've all added something. Even you added 1 magazine size. You added a little bit more.
I also added this. Both smooth. Tidal waves. This is my dicking around with AoE, which is actually, this is what the icon is for the AoE. I actually use the icons that represent those things because I'm not a savage. Basically doubles the AoE actual damage and width and distance. So it just heavily increases the AoE in the AoE in front of you. With a reduction to damage and pellets. So basically you're pushing the damage over to the AoE, which I would honestly prefer because it's a guaranteed hit if they're close. So, I mean, it does also kind of force it to be a bit closer because you have to use the AoE to do damage, really. Yeah,
but this would be really cool.
Oh.
Because it's like basically... No! It's basically like half... not half, probably... It would compete with, like... I'm just thinking about it. Like, this would actually be really just good crowd clearing, even without incendiary compound. Especially with the width and distance. Like, because you would take, if you're not a loser, you would take increased, like, blast wave damage. Then it's 60. in like a big zone in front of you, that's like hellfire, but with shorter range. I don't know. I don't know. This should be great though. I mean, it needs this. I prefer this to my one, but
it's because I'm better.
Straight up,
it's just simply what it is.
Obviously, you couldn't like take like you couldn't be like, oh, it's also all around you. In this case, that would be
no,
stupid. Nevertheless, it exists.
And if anything, maybe I shouldn't add to the distance. Maybe
I'd argue for distance over width, to be honest.
All right,
because I think that's more interesting. It's in a line. Anyway, that's cool, man. I got no criticisms. Just sucky.
Oh, thank you.
To give it, not you, just this, just the tidal waves.
Now, unstable time.
Wait, can that even be heard? I don't even know if it's like it'll pick that up.
I heard it.
Anyway, I adjusted this a little bit this morning, because I realised that as crazy as it is, and I'll explain it obviously in a second, it could just be like one of those basically clean unstables, where it just adds this thing that you can use if you want. It's like salvo module almost. As you can see, you double tap. It's the meat hook from Doom Eternal. That was the goal here. So I really wasn't taking this one seriously. I just wanted to put it in the game. Double tapping reload.
That's how you go about it. You come up with a wild concept, and then you try and work your way backwards into sanity.
Yeah, but this was the most that until I adjusted it this morning because I realised that it could be pretty simple and like inoffensive. And you double tap reload. It basically launches a grappling hook from the boomstick, but it attaches to enemies, so damage them and stun them as well.
I will give you that.
What?
I could see that. That is possible. As wild as your shit tends to be, because Scout already has a grappling hook. Giving him this won't really break anything like that much.
Exactly. Yeah, but that's also was something I considered is like, would this be worth using? And I thought, well, if I toned it down and made it quite neutral or mostly just like a slight positive, then it would probably work. And then like obviously the second part is a bit weird, but that's just to stop you from using it more than once per magazine. Which is sort of like the clean aspect of it, I guess. Whereas the salvo module type thing, where it's like it's not actually a real downside. It's just to keep the thing in check, I guess. And then reload time as well. But I guess that is quite a tangible negative. And of course, it's like, what are the benefits of this? And my answer is probably grappling onto flying enemies. Is the biggest one. Because I didn't, it's like, what is actually the benefit of being able to grapple onto a grunt? But if you can grapple onto enemies.
Fire grapple, which I did think was going to be broken, but then I saw obviously the
special powder.
Yeah. And
this isn't quite as extreme.
It's still not.
It's like toned down, but for the sake of like more combat focus.
Yeah. I mean, generally, I think it's fine. I think the only thing we could probably fuck around with is the second positive. I feel like I'm not sure if like either of that, like making the shotgun deal melee damage feels wrong. I think you could play around with it maybe. That like I don't know, you could charge your fucking power attack when you grapple.
See, I was considering that, but Tyler, can you honestly say you wouldn't have called me out on that if I had done it?
No, I definitely would have.
Exactly.
But and I considered the alternative being this, it's almost preferable. But I don't know. I mean, stun's fine. Does it not already stun? Or so when you hook something, it gets stunned. That makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. I'd also like. I'm thinking it would be really fun to like grapple onto a grabber that's flying away, and then you can just like sort of follow it and then kill it pretty easily. I mean, I don't know what the range would be. That's the thing. Probably just like 30 meters, which is like.
What happens if you grapple onto an elite grabber?
Then you go for a ride. What do you mean?
And the game crashes.
Yeah. Or if you grapple onto one of the twins when they're digging, like they go down. I don't know, man. And then the Arbalest, you could use it against that as well, especially if it charges your power attack or whatever. I don't know. I think there's potential here. Born really out of just a want for this mechanic in Deep Rock because I love the beat hook.
I think the issue is that the only reason this is preferable is because the grappling hook that can't grapple onto enemies. If it could, this wouldn't be an option.
Yeah.
Because if you could just grapple on and then as you're grappling towards them, pull out the shotgun, you could do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But this. And
you could
actually use like jumbo shells and something that actually makes a shotgun better.
Yes.
But for this, you kind of don't. The shotgun is pretty much base, really, other than a small melee damage thing, which I assume is only to give you vampire because that's what happens in Doom, right? When you like punch something, it spews health.
Well, specifically in the case of the meat hook, so there was some things I had to change about this because the meat hook is an attachment for the super shotgun, which is just a boomstick, right? And it when you hit something with it, it sets them on fire and makes them drop armor, which is like the shield equivalent when they take damage. Obviously, I couldn't do that.
The thing is you could. But you shouldn't.
I was scared of you.
Meat hook sets enemies on fire and gives you shield charge or some shit like that. I mean, that's what that could be. So then it's it is doing damage in fire.
Holy shit!
There is
we have to do this. Well, like damaging I guess a meat hooked enemy gives you shields back. Shield battery booster. Can make it usable. Whatever. That's crazy, but still, I think we need crazy sometimes. We need some crazy stuff.
And in all fairness, the boomstick already kind of is one of the wackier ones as far as a base shotgun that sends you flying. I think flying's an understatement. Launching you away is so. Really, from then on, you can't really fuck around with.
I'm going to make a proposal at the end of this that might shake the very foundations of the earth. Anyway, there you go, meat hook.
Now mine. Do me.
Are you sure?
Are
you sure?
Do me DRAGOON. It's because I'm really boring, aren't I? Can you go from that or the other one? Can we switch the order? Because basically, okay. I guess we'll do yours again after this. My one is plus 10 pellets with a rate of fire decrease, -1 mag size, and increased spread. So basically, you get one shot in the mag. Your reload is slightly increased because of the rate of fire, and so your reload actually isn't increased, but the time it takes to start reloading is increased, and increased spread. So you have to be closer, and you just get a shit ton more pellets.
Yes, you do. You do get a lot more pellets, don't you?
And the DRAGOON, I'm pretty sure, is a reference to a gun that was in the Fortnite Save the World mode, which was pretty fun.
Oh god, someone said something recently about Sniff in the Monkey Games video. He said that Bloons Tower Defense is the battle royale of Bloons. Wait, what? No, it's like original Bloons is like Save the World because Bloons didn't start as Tower Defense, but everyone knows it as Tower Defense.
What was it?
You're just a monkey. It's like an arcade game. It's like with balloons just in the sky, and you got to pop them.
Right. Is it like the Super Monkey games then?
No.
Oh, okay.
Closer.
Let's stop talking about this.
No, let's not. Let's talk about balloons. Damn. I guess I'm just sort of a bit stuck because I'm trying to figure out the differences or the similarity. Well, the similarities are obvious. The differences between this and jumbo shells. Differences are. It might feel worse to use, but it's definitely less like punishing because Jumbo Shell's got ammo penalty. This does not. But it's got to be. I think to differentiate itself, it should actually technically be able to achieve more damage than Jumbo Shells, but at like really close range. That's sort of what we should be looking for.
No.
Well, what else then?
Well, it doesn't reduce ammo, so it does. It has infinitely more ammo efficiency than Jumbo Shells. That's what you get. It may equal, if not be slightly lower, and it may be inconvenient, but it is longer term, like way better than Jumbo Shells.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is,
have ammo.
As it is, you would need to be really close, though, to get a lot out of it. Surely that was the point.
That's the shotgun. Yeah.
Well, Warthog might disagree.
Yeah, that's why I didn't say the Warthog.
You said a shotgun.
The shotgun.
The shotgun, because the Warthog isn't a shotgun. It's actually a DMR.
Yeah, it kind of is.
I don't know, man. Can you make it? Can you? Are
you right?
No.
It's your brain gone bad.
I guess it's weird, isn't it? Because like, if you go back to like the beginning, if when overclocks were added, it's like a lot of them are just quite similar. They just do different, and some of them just do different silly things. Like nothing was really off the table, which is why none of these are bad.
Honestly, though,
no, I don't know. This isn't bad. I just don't. I'm not like drawn to it. That's what I should say.
It's just that I don't know. I like the concept of damage not being in damage but in pellets.
That's
Just
fair.
the
I
number of
don't
pellets.
mind that idea. I'm just not. I'm not as compelled by this as I am by this.
Yeah, that's why that tidal waves is going to be in our final pitch.
That's exactly right.
And that was it, ladies and gentlemen. The gun that we probably hate the most in the game, and the overclocks actually turned out all right.
Yeah, I said. I don't know if did I say it on the video. I don't know. I said beforehand at least that it's like I feel like maybe we should have taken this one more seriously because of how much we hate the weapon. But they're not. They did all right.
Yeah.
Didn't really go at each other too much. I think it's probably going to be the same next time because the Zukovs.
Yeah, and then I'll be honest, on the crossbow, got a bit goofy at the end.
Good. It should be. It should be. One a bit too goofy. I mean, I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to change it. I'm talking about my crossbow unstable. If I was 100% sure, I would show you all right now. But I'm not going to do that. As in,
right.
The only reason I'm not sure if I'm going to change it is because I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to think of something else. I will endeavour to do so, however. Anyway, what's going on? We can end. Right, yeah, we'll wrap this up right now because we can get this done in under half an hour.
Oh my god.
Yeah, actually, I'm not even going to talk about like other stuff we're doing this week or anything like that. This was the Overclock workshop on the boomstick. Next week will be on the Zukovs. What?
Are you doing a spotlight tomorrow?
Yeah, spotlight stream. We're going to try. I'm going to give that a go.
Right, yeah.
It's going to be about super slim rounds for the stubby. I'll explain why tomorrow because I want to wrap this up actually. All right. Rock and stone, everyone. Like and subscribe. You're the best, Tyler. You're the best.
Mwah.
And so are you guys. You guys are better, way better than him. Like infinitely better.
Don't leave your better overclock ideas in the comments below.
Oh, please do actually, because I don't think we've gotten any.
Yeah, people like commenting on our overclock ideas. Thanks for that. But yeah, you can come up with your own.
As in, please do, because if we get enough, one day I'll like make that video.
Yeah.
Anyway, see you next time.